Welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got our Week 9 NFL picks. So we're just going to go through every game, make our picks. It's pretty simple. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. We do lots of content. College football, college basketball, NBA, and then of course NFL. So yeah, college basketball every Monday night, college football every Tuesday nights. These NFL every Wednesday night. Obviously you're watching right now, and then NBA every Thursday night. And yeah, we also do MLB. It's wrapping up. I have a Discord and X. Make sure to follow that and join that in the description. But yeah, let's just hop right into the video. So, looking at the standings so far through 8 weeks, I'm in first. I got a nice, comfortable 8-game lead. Yeah, I had a pretty good week last week. I went 14-2, my best week by far. And yeah, I don't know. I did pretty good last week. The next best person, let me just check real quick, was Matthew. He went 11-5, so he takes second place. Connor and Jackson both went 10-6. Ben went 9-7. Sammy went 7-9, and Jack went 6-10. So if you were wondering how we did last week, that was how. And then you can see the overall standings. I got an 8-game lead in first place. Connor a game behind Matthew. Ben a game behind Connor, and then Jackson had one really bad week. He went like 2-10. It was really bad. But besides that, he's been doing pretty good. So he's trying to slowly recover from that. But he's got a little ground to make up. So we'll see if he ends up getting there. But yeah, I think let's just hop right into our first game. So we got our guys in the middle who usually wait last minute to send picks. So they'll be in the middle as always. But yeah, Thursday Night Football, Tennessee Titans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm kind of surprised everyone's on the Titans. I know Will Levis looked very good last week, so that's probably why everyone is on the Titans. They're seeing what Will Levis did last week. They like what they saw, so they gave him the win. But I'm actually going to go Pittsburgh here. They seem to win in primetime games, and I feel like their defense can give Will Levis, who just made his first career start last week. I think he's going to... I mean, there's no way he plays as good as he was. The tape's out, so that obviously helps sometimes in the NFL when there's a quarterback that's never played or barely ever plays. The tape or the film, there's no film on him, but now the tape is out for him. So I don't know. I gotta go with Pittsburgh. I just think they are. I think they're the better team, but also I like the matchup. I think the defense is going to create some problems for Will Levis, and yeah, they should be able to contain Derrick Henry. I mean, I'm not really worried about Derrick Henry at this point. And yeah, I think the Pittsburgh at home, they usually win in primetime. They're usually pretty good. I'm gonna go with them. So I'm by myself here. It's a little risky, but I don't know. I just really like the Steelers in this one. Next up, we got the Germany game, and this is a good one. Dolphins Chiefs potentially potentially a preview of the AFC Championship game. I mean, yeah, these two teams are very good, both 6-2. The Chiefs coming off a disappointing loss to the Broncos last week. They didn't look very good. The Dolphins, I believe they beat the Patriots last week. I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure that they just beat the Patriots. They did. So 31-17. But when you look at the Dolphins and you look at the teams they've beaten, they really haven't beaten a good team uh, the entire year. The best team they've beaten is probably the Chargers week 1. The Chargers are an okay team, but they lost to the Bills, they lost to the Eagles. Now they give another chance to prove themselves against the Chiefs. And I don't know, I feel like it's going to be a little weird. It's in Germany, so I think things could get a little weird. Kansas City is favored by 1. I mean, do I really see Kansas City losing 2 games in a row? I don't know, but I, I don't know. This one's tough because the international games are usually a little strange. The big thing for me is the Dolphins left for Germany before the Chiefs did, and I think that's actually going to be a huge factor. I mean, usually the team who gets there first does better. So I don't know. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I'm surprised everyone else is on the Dolphins. This doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like the Chiefs should be the favorite to win this one. And I almost did go Chiefs just because everyone else was on Dolphins, but I stuck with my pick, so I'm going to go Dolphins in this one. Vikings Falcons. This is an interesting game. Kirk Cousins out for the year. That's sad. Hopefully his Achilles heals fast. It's a tough break for Minnesota because they were just starting to put together some wins. But now they bring in Josh Dobbs. I don't think he's playing this week, so it's going to be their backup, whoever that is. I think it's like Jared Allen, something like that. That's not the exact name, I don't think. But Desmond Ridder has now been benched for Taylor Heineke. It's about time. He hasn't done much at all through the entirety of the season. Falcons have it at home. The Vikings have a backup QB in. Technically, the Falcons do too, but Taylor Heineke is a lot better than whoever the Vikings have. I'm gonna go Falcons here. I like how they've been looking. They're not a bad team. Neither of these teams are bad teams at all, but I trust Taylor Heineke a little more than the Vikings QB, which is crazy to say because I wouldn't trust Taylor Heineke over a lot of guys in this league, but I do trust him over the Vikings backup in this situation. So I'm going to go Atlanta. They're at home. They're usually better at home. And yeah, I think they win this one. Cardinals Browns. The Cardinals really have fallen off. I mean, they're 1-7, and I remember through the first 3 weeks, I thought maybe they could be a little better than people thought. They beat the Cowboys in week 3 and lost close games in weeks 1 and 2. But not, yeah, they're 1-7 now. So it's reality starting to set in for them. I don't know who's playing quarterback for them. Uh, Josh Dobbs not on the team anymore. I think Kyler Murray's coming back, but I don't think it's this week. It might be next week. So they're gonna have Clayton Tune. I've never heard of this guy. He went to Houston. He's a young quarterback. We'll see, I guess, what he's made of. And I believe Deshaun Watson is back for this game. In reality, P.J. Walker, Deshaun Watson, I don't think it matters. The Browns are just by far the better team. They got, I mean, I think P.J. Walker's better than Clayton Tune. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. The film's not out, but the Browns are just a lot better. If they get it at home too, there's not much going for the Cardinals. We do have one guy over there, but yeah, I think Browns pretty easily in this one. Rams and Packers. This is actually a little bit trickier than you might think. Matthew Stafford could be hurt, so I don't know how much that plays a factor. It is getting colder, so Lambeau's going to have a little more of effect on these West Coast teams. So on the surface, I would go Rams almost instantly just because Jordan Love hasn't been looking too good recently, and neither have the Packers as a whole. But when you really look into it, there's a little bit of signs pointing towards Green Bay in this one. Stafford again is hurt, so I don't know how much that will affect him and the offense in general. Um, Ultimately, I'm still gonna go the Rams. I just trust them a little more. They've proven that they are better than the Packers to me this year. So I'm gonna go with LA, but this one could go either way. But I gotta go Rams here. I think they should be able to get some stops against Jordan Love. I don't really trust him, and they should be able to score enough to win this game. Jair Alexander. They traded Rasul Douglas, so Jair Alexander will be responsible for Cooper Kupp, so maybe Puka Nakua has a big day. I don't know how much they'll throw it with Stafford's injury. Maybe they just pound the ball, which could favor the Packers a little more. I don't know. I'm still going to go Rams. I just trust them as a whole more than Jordan Love and the Packers. So give me the Rams in this one. Commanders and Patriots. So when I first looked at this one, I was thinking Commanders. I mean, almost instantly, just looking at it, they are the better team in this one. They got a lot more guys that are actually good football players, but it's in New England. I feel like the Patriots are kind of due for a win. Commanders, I also feel like the Commanders are due for a win, so maybe that's where you could say Commanders. But it's in New England. Sam Howell's been very inconsistent. You don't really know what you're gonna get from him. I mean neither. I mean Mac Jones hasn't been great either, but I was looking at the line and the Patriots are favored by 3.5, which surprised me. I didn't think it would be that much. So I'm actually gonna go with the Patriots by myself again. I don't know. I feel like the Patriots just. I don't know. I feel like there's the Patriots aren't a 2-7 team. I don't know. I feel like they got to get a win in this one. So I'm going to trust Bill Belichick. I'm going to trust them. I don't really like either of these teams. I don't know if any of them are really. They're kind of inconsistent. But I think the Patriots defense is a little bit better than the Commanders. The Commanders just dealt Montez Sweat to the Bears and then Chase Young to the Niners. The Patriots still got Judon. I think they brought in J.C. Jackson a little while ago. Or was it him or Stephon Gilmore? I don't remember. It was one of the two they brought back. Um, Judon's still there. He's phenomenal. So, I don't know. I'm going to go Patriots. I think they force some turnovers. Give Howell. Maybe, I mean, Howell could scramble. I don't know. I'm going to go Patriots. I'm going to stop second guessing it here. We got the Bears and the Saints. My Chicago Bears looking atrocious as always. They got blown out Sunday night. I mean, they got blown out. There wasn't any chance of them winning that game. 30-13. Chargers took care of business. Tyson Bagent looked all right. The interceptions he threw were pretty bad, but besides that, he was okay. It's in New Orleans. I I gotta go Saints. I can't. I thought about it for a little. I can't go Bears. I mean, they're just not good. Who's gonna stop Kamara? Maybe Montez Sweat. They bring him in. He's a good player. Second round pick is a little bit much if you ask me for him, but he is a good player. But I don't know. I can't go Bears here. I just can't bring myself to do it. I think the Saints get it done. It's at home. Tyson Bagent hasn't looked too. He hasn't looked great. Um, Maybe if they had Fields, I'd feel a little differently. But yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna stop Kamara. I'm glad the Bears kept Jalen Johnson. I was getting worried he would be traded because I mean he's a very good player, but they ended up keeping him. So I was happy about that. But I don't think they get a win this Sunday against the Saints. Saints coming off a loss against the Colts. I think they bounce back and get a win against Chicago. Shouldn't be too tough. Seahawks Ravens. This is a good one. Two teams leading their division currently. The Seahawks are ahead of the Niners in the division. Yeah, these are two pretty good teams. I mean, on paper, I think you would say the Ravens are the better team here. And I would agree. I think the Ravens are the better team. I'm going to take the Ravens. But this one, I don't know. I feel like the Seahawks could be that sneaky team. They might be able to pull this off. I wouldn't be surprised. This is a good Seattle team. But I think the Ravens are just a little better. Roquan Smith's having a heck of a season. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, all of them. They should be able to pose some problems for Seattle's defense. I know they got Devin Witherspoon, who's been great this year. They got Tariq Woolen. He's still a great corner. But I don't know. I feel like the Ravens this year just have a lot more weapons on offense. and Lamar Jackson's obviously a game plan problem. And it's in Baltimore, you know. I'm gonna go Ravens. They're actually been very impressive. They could potentially make a AFC Championship game. I wouldn't be shocked. So I'm gonna go Ravens. Yeah, they've been looking very good. I gotta go Ravens in this one. Buccaneers Texans. This is a kind of a tough one to pick out of nowhere. Texans played a pretty bad game against the Panthers last week. That was one of my two games I got wrong last week. The other was Chiefs Broncos, which honestly, those two, me getting wrong those two, I'm not even mad at. I think everyone was on the Chiefs and Texans last week, so I'm not too upset about me getting it wrong. Um, so yeah, so this one's weird. Two offenses that are kind of on and off. Sometimes they play great, sometimes not so much. It's in Houston. I don't really trust Baker Mayfield too much. I think CJ Stroud has a bounce back game. I think the Texans win this one. I was thinking about Bucks, but these two teams aren't great. I don't know. I like CJ Stroud, so I'm gonna go him. I'm gonna trust him. He had a bad game, so I feel like he's kind of due for a good one now. It's in Houston. Uh, the Texans are favored by 3. I'm gonna go Houston here. Colts Panthers. This is I don't know, kind of another sneaky good game maybe. Well, just looking at the games, this wouldn't be your first watch. This might be one of your least your you know the least game you want to watch. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Like the last game on there. There might be some other ones, but this is probably bottom 3. Although the Panthers got their first win last week. It's in Carolina. They they didn't even look that good. They needed a last second field goal to win that one. Um, Bryce Young, he didn't impress me too much. 235 yards and a touchdown. But I don't. The Colts, they beat the Saints last week, so good for them. Gardner Minshew's actually been, or no, the Saints didn't beat the Colts. The Colts didn't beat the Saints. The Saints beat the Colts. I think I had that backwards. I think I said earlier that the Colts won. No, the Saints beat the Colts. I don't know what I was thinking. I feel like the Colts have a bounce back game. I think the Panthers, they're still not a good team. I know they just won, but they're not better than the Colts. They are in contention for the worst team in the league, along with the Cardinals and maybe the Bears, but I don't want to say that just because I'm a Bears fan. I don't want to say that, but I'm going to go Colts. This one seems pretty obvious to me. Panthers just aren't a good football team. Moving to the afternoon games. Well, last game was an afternoon game, but this is another one. Giants Raiders. This is a rough game. Jimmy G has now been benched. Aiden O'Connell's going to get the start against, I believe Daniel Jones is coming back for this game. It's in Vegas. I just don't know how good Aiden O'Connell will be. And, yeah, this is a horrible game. The Raiders are favored by 2. I'm actually going to go with the Giants. I know they're on the road. But Daniel Jones, I feel like he will be able to make some plays. He is, it's Daniel Jones, but I don't know. This is just 2 bad teams fighting it out. I'm going to go with the Giants. I think they're due for a win. I don't think they're as bad as 2-6, although they've played pretty bad this year. Yeah, this is just a horrible game. I'm going to go Giants. I just think, I don't know. I think they get the win. They traded. Wait, did they have Leonard Williams? Why am I think it was them. Am I just making this up? I thought it was. Yeah, it was. Okay, it was the Giants. I don't know why I was questioning myself. They get rid of Leonard Williams, so maybe that's tough. Maybe Josh Jacobs has a big day. But Saquon Barkley should be able to. He's getting so many carries. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. That would be very bad. The Giants' offense is horrible, but I don't think the Raiders can be much better with Aiden O'Connell. They got a lot of weapons: Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Michael Mayer. They got a lot of weapons, but the QB situation scaring me a little. So I'm gonna go Giants. Cowboys, Eagles. This is kind of weird that everyone's on the Cowboys. Um, Eagles are favored by 3. It's at home. Um, I mean, the Eagles have been very impressive. They're 7-1, obviously, but something's telling me, I don't know what it is. Something's telling me Cowboys, and I was gonna go Cow. I thought I was gonna be the only one on Cowboys. I really did. It's in Philly. They've been looking so dominant. I thought everyone was gonna be on the Eagles here, but I guess everyone's thinking the same thing. I don't know. I just have a feeling the Cowboys are due for a win over the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles are just kind of due for a loss. This is a tough team. They got the bye next week. Maybe they sleepwalk out of this game. I don't know if that's really a thing, but yeah, they've been so dominant, and they got a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. I'm just looking at this. They have the Cowboys this week. Then they got the bye. Then they go into Arrowhead. They have the Bills and 49ers come to town. Then they go to Dallas, and then they go to Seattle. So that's a very tough schedule. Um, but I don't know. I'm feeling the Cowboys in this one. I actually might switch this. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. Actually, it's in Philly. But I don't know. This one's very. These are two great teams. I'm gonna go Eagles. Actually, it's just hard not. It's hard not to pick them. It's in Philly. They've been looking so good. Both these teams, great offense, great defense. I don't know. I'm gonna go Eagles. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm locking in. I'm going Eagles. It's not gonna say I switched, but I'm gonna switch it. Once I'm done with this video. So I'm gonna go Eagles actually. Here in this one, it's in Philly. I don't know. They've been looking so good. I gotta go Eagles. So give me Jalen Hurts and them. Bills, Bengals, Sunday Night Football. This is obviously a very meaningful game with the Damar Hamlin injury happening last year in this game. So these two teams, I hope they do something cool, kind of honoring him, or I guess I don't know what the word is, but you know what I mean. Um, yeah, so I hope they do something cool with that. And this should be a great game. Two teams that are, the Bengals have not looked great to start the year, but they're kind of slow. I think they're starting to turn it on. Joe Burrow usually struggles in the first couple games of the season for some reason, but it looks like they're turning it on. They beat the Niners last week, and they look good doing it. The Bills, I don't know, they just don't look the same. They're winning the games, but they don't look overly impressive doing so. Maybe I maybe I go with the Bills here just because, but I don't know. I feel like the Bengals are starting to turn it on. It's in Cincy. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is starting to get healthy, and that's a scary team when he is. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm gonna be by myself again. This is risky doing this. I'm in first place, but I'm doing it. I have some room for error, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go Bengals. So I think this is like my third going by myself. It's a little risky, but I mean, if I get all these and build onto my lead, that could be, that would be huge. And I got some room for error. So give me the Bengals. I think I think they're starting to turn it on. The Bills haven't really impressed me, and I feel like they should have gotten someone at the trade deadline. I feel like they need that extra playmaker on offense or something. But yeah, I don't know. The Bills haven't impressed me. I'm gonna go with the Bengals in this one. They're at home. Sunday Night Football. I feel like Joe Burrow's finally healthy, and I feel like they get the win. And then Monday Night Football. Chargers at Jets. This one's pretty easy for me. I'm going Chargers. It is in New York. The Jets' defense is very good. Offense, can't really trust them with Zach Wilson. But they got some playmakers. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. They got some guys. But, I mean, the Chargers, they got to win this one. I don't know. I don't know what their record is. I think they're 3-4. I mean, they're favored by 3.5. And yeah, they're favored. There's no way they go 3-5, and the Jets go 5-3. I gotta go Chargers in this one. Um, I think Justin Herbert kind of takes care of the ball. I don't think the Jets defense can get turnovers. I'm a little scared because Staley is still the coach. They need to just get rid of him. I've been saying this since the start of the year. They need to fire him. It's really that simple. I think Austin Eckler's finally healthy, and yeah, I don't know. All signs are pointing Chargers for me in this one, so I got to go with them. Obviously, Justin Herbert is a lot better than Zach Wilson, so that's another factor. Yeah, I'm going Chargers. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the Week 9 NFL game predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. They're always a blast to make. If you did enjoy, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell. We do college basketball every Monday night, college football every Tuesday nights, NFL every Wednesday night, and NBA every Thursday night. We also do MLB, but the season is just finally wrapping up. Well, not finally, unfortunately wrapping up. Um, yeah, the playoffs, World Series is about to be over. The Rangers are up 3-1. They could close it out tonight. We will see. And yeah, I think that's all I got to say. X and Discord linked in the description. You can follow that. I just kind of tweet whatever random things I want to say about sports. Discord, you can join it just cuz, or if you want to be featured on a video or potentially become a permanent member on videos, I'd love to have you on here. It's obviously more fun to. I feel like it's more entertaining also to just talk to someone else, get their opinion, rather than me just talking to you guys. But if that's what you want, I'm good with that. I mean, it's up to you. But yeah, that's gonna do it. If you enjoyed, like the video, and we will see you guys tomorrow with episode 2 of NBA Playoff Watch. Should be exciting. We got a lot of things to talk about. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.